Hi, welcome back to the A's Have It. I'm Angie.
And I'm Amantha, and this is our monthly book review that we do from a different title in our adult collection at the Piqua Public Library. This month we did Please Look After Mom by Kyung-Sook Shin.
It won a lot of awards.
Yeah, it was listed as a good book club book. It was a New York Times bestseller. Mm-hmm. It follows the events of this family and their mother's disappearance. She goes missing in Seoul, South Korea. And it's interesting to say the least. It was written in a second person point of view, and it follows the daughter, the eldest son, and the husband of the mother that goes missing.
And the book was first published in October of 2008.
And it was originally published in Korean, and they translated it to English.
And how did you think the translation came across?
It was a good translation, but I really did not like the second person narration they had going on.
I did not either.
No. I couldn't get over the fact that it was saying you instead of he or she or I.
For me, it made me feel like I couldn't get connected with the actual characters.
Yeah, it felt really distant.
Yeah.
Even more so than a third person omniscient narrator would. Mm-hmm. Because those kind of narrators, they know everything, so they are a little interpersonal, I feel. Right. But this one just felt so detached and despondent.
And I think that is a hard thing to do, to write a book well, using the second person like that.
But I'd say she did it.
Yes. And I have read books, though, that has done that I felt more connected to the character than I did this one.
I think that might come from the translating from Korean to English. How it feels a little weird to us, but...
It's possible, because the ratings are very good for the book. I will say, though, when it got to the view of the husband...
Oh, that hit hard.
That's when I started feeling connected to the story. So...
I'd agree.
Yes.
That chapter hit really hard from his point of view.
Right. And prior to that, it was the daughter's point of view and the son's point of view. And I just didn't feel connected. However, the book really, what it's about is their lack of interest towards the mother. Yeah. And the care for her. It's all about her caring for them and not them caring for her. So I don't even think he probably even realized she's not even there. No. Until they were well on their way.
Because that's what hit, that's what was so striking with his point of view, was to see how much he really didn't pay attention to or care for his own wife.
Yeah.
If he had opened his eyes just a little more, he would have realized she was at that point where she was getting confused with things and getting kind of lost, and she had these migraines, and she was definitely in some sort of mental decline, or else she would have been able to find her way out of the train station and onto the subway.
Do you think she would have do you think it was just that, or also the language barrier? Like, she couldn't read, and that was a big part of the storyline. And for me, that really resonated, because I come from some family members who were illiterate, and you really don't realize what a handicap that is.
The reason I think she could have made her way out of there and maybe found her way if she wasn't a little confused about things and about where she was is that she didn't seem like the kind of lady to shy away from asking for help. Yes, she wouldn't necessarily go outright like, hey, I can't read these signs, can you help me? She would have played it off like she did with the lady from the orphanage who was reading her daughter's books to her. Like, oh, with my bad eyesight, I can't read. Right. I can't read these signs. I can't read this book. And I think she could have gotten help that way, especially with how many people were there. I don't think she was the kind of lady, when she was fully there, to shy away from asking for help.
Right. And you do get a sense that other people noticed her, even though her family didn't notice her. She had all these beautiful relationships outside of her family.
Oh, yeah. And her husband didn't even know what shoes she was wearing when she was lost, which was so sad to me, because everybody who said they saw her, she had the blue plastic jelly shoes on. But her husband was adamant that she was wearing beige shoes. And I think he was wrong. I don't think he actually knew. I think her husband could have paid a little more attention to her.
Absolutely.
But it was a product of the time. She was married before she was even a woman, quote unquote, and started having kids immediately, popped out 5 babies with this man she barely knew, and then was so focused on taking care of the kids and the household, I don't even know, she really realized how much attention her husband did not pay to her. Especially until the kids got older and got out of the house.
Yeah. I have to tell you, so recently we just went on a little trip, my husband and I, to Virginia. And so in this book, the husband and wife are going to see their son, and they get separated on the subway. And the husband is gone off and he can't find his wife. When me and my husband was away this past week, it actually happened to me and my husband.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, I know. And I had told my husband about that book, because I always do. Like, when I'm reading a book, I bore him with all the little details. And he pretends like he's interested, which I love him for that. But so we're walking down the street. We had to walk like 3 miles. We get a pizza, had some leftover. We're walking back to the hotel room. And it was very crowded. Very crowded on the streets. And we were behind a couple that was walking very slow. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, we got to get around them. He's got some pizzas. We need to get back to the room. I do a little quick maneuver and boogie on down the street and get so far. And I turn around to say something to my husband, and he's not there.
Oh.
And I see him nowhere. You know, often you do that and you're like, oh, wow, there you are. And you do your little wave. No, he's nowhere to be found.
That's
And
scary.
so I'm digging in my purse, and I finally pull up his name, and it says, you can't make a call because someone's trying to call you. It was him.
Oh, Lord.
And he was terrified. Where are you? And so when we finally reconnect, he's like, you know what I was thinking? And I'm like, yes, that book. And he's like, exactly. The whole story of that book just came to me.
Yeah.
And all the detail, because I had told him about the husband part and him not being able to find his wife and how terrifying that was. So we had a little please look after mom moment, so to speak. So what would you rate the book?
I'm really in the middle, because I like the storyline, but I really didn't like the book, if that makes sense.
Yes, I did. I liked the storyline too. I didn't like the execution. And I think, like we talked about, it's that second person that left me not really relating to mostly to the son and daughter. I felt like when it got to the husband, I could a little bit more.
I don't know. I'm very in the middle.
And I wanted a different ending. I'm not going to say what the ending is, but I really
I don't want to ruin that much. We've already ruined a lot. I don't want to ruin any more.
But I really did want a different ending than what I received. But I understand the reviews and how much they, people who did like the book, I understand the reasons why. It really does make you take a look at the relationship you have with your mother.
Oh, yeah. And all the times that you don't really realize how much she does for you.
Right. And I read a lot of reviews that talked about that. And almost all of them was like, after reading this book, I called my mom, or I went and visited my mom. And, not even just your relationship with your mother. It makes you really look at all your relationships and how much do you value them and how much you take them for granted, how we take each other for granted. So, that being said, I care about you, Amanda.
Oh,
I'm glad you're in my life.
I'm glad you're in my life, Angie. I'm going to have to go middle thumb. I can't give it thumbs up or thumbs down.
Okay, well, I'm going to do a thumbs up.
Middle.
So we're a little all over the place with this one. So some of you check it out. We have it here, and report back to us and let us know what you think about it.